Most prop firms are built to take your money. They know exactly how traders think and they use that against you, pushing crazy profit targets, tight deadlines, and rules designed to make you slip. I've traded with multiple firms across both Forex, prop firms, and futures prop firms. I know exactly how they all operate, what separates the good ones from the bad ones, and where traders keep messing up. Today, we're going to be breaking down Alpha Futures, one of the newest and largest upcoming prop firms in the industry. And just so we're clear, this video is not sponsored whatsoever. Although I do have affiliation with Alpha Futures, I'm going to be giving you guys my unbiased opinion and my personal experience dealing with this firm. I want to give you guys straight facts so that you guys can decide if Alpha Futures is the right firm for you. So to decide whether or not Alpha Futures is a firm worth working with, first we need to break down every single aspect of the firm. We need to break down all of the rules and how they compare to other firms, what makes them different, what makes them similar, and most importantly, whether or not traders are actually succeeding with them and getting paid out. Alrighty guys, so we're gonna get right into it. Here is Alpha Futures website. They are actually the partner company to Alpha Capital Group, which is a Forex prop firm out in the UK. Very great firm. Both of them are wonderful. So let's get right into it. So we'll go ahead and click the about. We're just going to kind of go through a little bit about everything. So they say that their vision, the trading industry is often clouded by complexity. At Alpha Futures, we cut that through transparent, supportive environment that sees you as a partner, not just as a user. This is very important. One thing that I realized about Alpha Futures specifically is that they value their customers. A lot of other firms have the worst technical support. If you go here and you click this support agent, this option right here, they are very, very quick to respond immediately. If you have any issues, they are immediately quick to respond. I remember I had an issue with a slippage where price pushed through my stop loss over 100 ticks, while other firms would have just told you to screw off. They were very, very supportive. They gave me back the money that I had lost by my stop loss not getting respected, and it's just an overall great experience. They say that their mission is committed to equipping 100,000 monthly active users to an exceptional trading experience. They want to help you succeed. While a lot of other firms, their main goal is just monetary gain. A lot of these firms are out here to get you with their strict rules. I'm not going to name any names specifically, but there are a few firms that I can think of off the top of my head that their main goal is just profits for themselves, for their own benefit, not for the customer that they're trying to allow to use their platform. So that is very, very important when choosing a firm. So how it works, they have two different account types. They have their standard plan and their advanced plan. They have three different account sizes. They have the 50K, the 100K, and the 150K. Now, personally, I tend to go with the standard plan. We'll get into that in a second. So similar to a few other firms, you do have a minimum trading day requirement when passing your evaluation. So for the example of the 50K right here, your profit target is $3,000, meaning in one singular trading day, you are not allowed to exceed up to 50% of that profit target, which is $1,500, $1,500. So you have to take a minimum of 2 days to pass. If you are doing the 100K challenge, for example, you cannot exceed $3,000 in one day, and then the 150K, you can't exceed $4,500 in one singular day. Now, when it comes to the 50K, you do have a maximum EOD, end of day trailing, meaning that at the end of the day, your balance, whatever it is, it will trail accordingly. You have a balance of $2,000 on a 50K account. The drawdown on a 100K account is $4,000, which is a lot. So all of the account sizes, it's a 1.5 profit target to 1 risk ratio. So a lot of other firms, they have a lot tighter drawdown rules. It's a lot harder to pass, but with Alpha, they give you a lot of room to work with. It almost feels as if you're trading on a real account, like you're trading on your own live account with $4,000. As long as you don't lose a significant amount of money by the end of the day, you're not really going to blow your account. As long as you're using proper risk management, you'll be good to go. In fact, if you are interested in my very detailed risk management protocol. I will link it down below. It's absolutely free. You guys can check that out in the description down below. Going back to the accounts, the 150K account actually gives you $6,000 worth of drawdown, which is fantastic. That's beautiful. That's amazing. That is more than enough room for you to be able to hit your profit target of $9,000. Now, you do have a consistency rule, like I said, of 50%. Once you're passed on any of these accounts for the standard plan, you do have a consistency rule of 40%. Meaning, okay, let's just say you end up making $10,000 across the 2 weeks. So you do have a minimum of 2 weeks required. Now, unlike other firms, you actually don't have trading days with that are required to receive a payout with the standard plan. You actually just need 14 calendar days. So from the first day that you place a trade, so you can literally activate your account once you pass it on the same day that you pass it. They have a live dashboard. So immediately upon passing your account, you can activate it. All the activation fees are $149 per account. Doesn't matter the account size. You can activate the account immediately upon passing it. The moment you place a trade, even if it's just with one micro, that starts the timer. 2 weeks from there is when you'll qualify for a payout. Now, going back to the 40% consistency rule, what does that even mean? So let's just say you make $10,000 on your account in that 2 week period, which is 10 trading days in that period, assuming that you trade every single day. One singular day, assuming that you end that period with $10,000, cannot exceed $4,000. So you cannot make more than $4,000 in that given day. Let's just say your profit target was $5,000. In order to find this out, simply what you do is you'll multiply that by 0.4. That's going to give you the maximum amount of money that you're able to make in one singular day. So if you made only $5,000 in that 2 week period, that 10-day trading day period that you traded, okay, then the most you can make in one singular day is $2,000. If you happen to make more than that, then they're going to require you to trade until that largest day does not equal more than 40% of the total amount of profits on that account. Quite simple. When it comes to how many accounts you can have, you're allowed to have 3 accounts of any size. You can have one 50K account, one 100K account, one 150K account, or you can decide to have 3 of the same account size. Typically, what I love to do is either go for the 100K account or the 150K account. Almost 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, I was able to get a $14,000 payout from 3 100K accounts. It totaled for $21,000 total in profit, but given my profit split of 70%, I was able to take home $14,000. Another good thing about Alpha Futures, I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but their payouts, the fastest payouts I've ever seen. It beats every other firm. I was able to receive my payout in less than 1 hour. Literally, it hit my account in less than 1 hour upon requesting my payout. It was smooth as butter. It was amazing. I received it using Wise. I always choose the Wise option because it comes the quickest. And then I was just able to withdraw it directly into my bank account. No problem at all. So when it comes to the profit splits, for the first 2 payouts, you receive a 70% profit split, meaning that if you have $10,000 profit in your account, you will take home $7,000 from that. Okay. Now the third and fourth payout, you will receive 80% of your profit. So if you have a total of $10,000, then you'll receive $8,000 in that payout period. And then lastly, on your 5th payout and going forward, you'll be able to receive 90%, meaning that if you have a $10,000 account balance on your account, regardless of the size, you'll be able to take home $9,000. Now that is for that standard plan. If you go over to the advanced plan, okay, it's a little bit different. Going to a 50K account, notice the prices are a bit more expensive. You'll see why in a second. Again, the same thing. You need a minimum trading day of 2 days. However, once you get to the qualified stage, the funded stage, you need a minimum trading day of 5 days with $200 or more. So it's similar to a few other firms that you might be familiar with. Now, when it comes to the advanced plan, they make it a bit more difficult to pass the accounts. Why? Because they're giving you the opportunity to get a profit split of 90% from the first payout. You don't have to wait 5 payouts like you do in the standard plan, but it is a little bit more difficult to pass. You do have a smaller amount of drawdown. So on the advanced plan on a 50K, rather than having a drawdown of $2,000 and a profit target of $3,000, you're only given a drawdown of $1,750 with a profit target of $4,000. That is a lot more difficult to pass than the other 50K account on the standard plan. Whenever you move over to the 100K account, you have a profit target of $8,000 and a maximum drawdown of $3,500. And then lastly, on the 150K account, you're given a profit target of $12,000 with a maximum drawdown of $5,250. I don't really recommend that you get the advanced plan unless you are extremely experienced in trading. If you're new to trading, get the standard plan. It makes it a little bit easier. Personally, I don't mind waiting. The goal isn't to just collect all your money all at once. You want to maintain these accounts for as long as possible so that you can consistently get payouts every single 2 weeks with the standard plan. That's at least what I'm doing. Now, one cool thing about the advanced plan is that it does have your daily loss guard. So your daily loss limit does actually grow with the account. So typically on the 150K account, your daily loss limit will be, for example, $3,000 starting out. But as your account equity grows, maybe your account goes to $160,000 equity total, meaning you have $10,000 profit on the account. Okay, your daily loss limit will now be 2% of that. So 2% of 160,000 is $3,200. So your daily loss limit will actually increase by $200 versus on the standard plan, it remains the same, 2% of the original account balance. So for a 150K account on the standard plan, your daily loss limit is $3,000. On the 100K account, it's $2,000. And then on the 50K account, it is $1,000. One cool thing about the evaluation phase on both the standard plan and the advanced plan is that there is no daily loss limit. So it makes it a little bit easier for you to pass. But once you do get to that funded stage, that qualified stage on any of the accounts, whether it's standard plan or advanced plan, you do have that daily loss guard, and it does help you. It does protect you. A lot of times us as traders, we might go on tilt. Sometimes more traders will go on tilt more than others. Regardless, it's good to have it there. You should be limiting your losses anyways. I always teach my students to have a maximum of 2 losses in a given day. Okay, so the last thing about these accounts is news. That is the biggest differentiation between the standard account and the advanced plan. So with the standard plan, you're not allowed to hold, enter, or modify a trade within 2 minutes of a high impact news release. Now, I know a lot of traders typically use Forex Factory. Okay, a lot of traders typically use Forex Factory to determine their news releases. However, and I'm going to say this with a big caution sign, okay? Alpha Futures does not go off of Forex Factory. I did not know that in the beginning, and I got a payout denied. That was completely my fault. So it is important to note that Alpha Futures does not use Forex Factory. Instead, they use Financial Juice. So anything that is marked red for the US dollar, if you're trading indices, specifically NASDAQ, ES, YM, okay, you cannot enter, modify, or hold your trade within 2 minutes of that release, before and after. So if we have a news release at 10 o'clock a.m., you cannot be in any sort of position between 9:58 and 10:02. So it's important to wait for that. That is on the standard plan. So even if it has a red lightning bolt, a red dot, anything that is considered red off of Financial Juice, you cannot enter in that or modify or hold during that time. Going back to the advanced plan, this is one of the benefits, again, with the advanced plan. It just depends on what your preferences are. I don't know how you trade or what your risk tolerance is, but with the advanced plan, you are able to trade during news. So this might be better for people that, might trade on higher time frames, and the news doesn't really affect them on a smaller time frame basis. Personally, I trade and enter off of the 1 minute and the 5 minute. So news releases can sometimes have have an impact on my trading, so I typically don't even trade news to begin with. That's pretty much going to be it. I've pretty much covered everything with Alpha Futures regarding their account sizes, all of their rules, and everything else in regards to their payouts. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you guys do want to purchase any accounts using Alpha Futures, you can use my code RIAD, RIAD. I'll pop it up right here. The link will also be down in the description below. One thing I forgot to mention about the payouts, unlike other firms, you actually do not need to leave a buffer. Now, although this is not recommended to do this, you want to maintain your accounts like I previously said, you are able to completely withdraw all of your profits, but that will result in account closure. Also, you're only allowed a maximum of $15,000 every payout period with both the standard plan and the advanced plan. So $15,000 after your profit split, depending on whether you have 70, 80, or 90%, you will receive the respective amount. So that is per account. So if you have 3 accounts, you're allowed up to $45,000 total before your profit split. So after your profit split of, for example, 70%, you might be receiving around $30,000 for that payout period. I appreciate you guys for making it this far in the video. If you guys are interested in learning how I am able to consistently get paid out every single month using firms such as Alpha Futures, one of my favorite firms that we just discussed, then go ahead, click that link down in the description. You can apply to work with me one-on-one. I am trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so I would appreciate your support by subscribing, clicking the like button, and then comment down what other videos you would like to see next. If you're not already following me on Instagram, I'll pop it up right here. Go ahead, give me a follow, and yeah, that's going to conclude today's video. I will see you guys in the next one.